We began investing in real estate in 2013. Since that time, we have bought and sold several rental properties.
In addition to our experience as investors and homeowners, Rob is a full-time licensed Texas realtor. Know of anybody in need of a realtor specializing in the North Texas area? Email rob_lee@kw.com. In this video, we're talking about why we sold our investment property.
What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn, and this is Learn, Hustle, Grow.
She's a stock trader.
He's a realtor.
And we are debt-free investors. If you've been following our journey, then you know that at the end of 2018, we left our W-2 jobs, and in 2019, we traveled the world.
We focused on debt paydown and long-term investing in both real estate and the stock market to achieve financial independence. Each week, we're dropping videos on the topics of money, investing, and real estate. Occasionally, we share our travel experiences.
YouTube is measuring us. The algorithm needs to know that our content has value. Give this video a like, and please hit subscribe.
Don't forget to drop a comment below. If you are new to this channel, welcome. We are so glad to have you. As both homeowners and investors, we absolutely love real estate.
As investors, we've bought and sold single family and multifamily real estate.
We've purchased real estate here in Texas and out of state. We've also used a 1031 exchange and participated in a syndication deal.
All that to say, we have more experience than the average homeowner.
Before we begin our discussion about why we sold our investment property, let's talk about why we love real estate.
Let's start with the fact that God isn't making any more land. That alone makes it a precious resource.
We have received no inheritance and we don't expect any. However, we do know that here in the United States, significant wealth has been passed down from generation to generation in the form of real estate.
Whatever the state of the economy, we all need a place to live. Real estate is essential.
The accumulation of equity through principal paydown is one of the ways we make money as real estate investors.
We love the tax advantages that comes along with owning real estate.
The IRS allows the reduction of earned income tax on cash flow through a variety of deductions.
If we need another reason, cash flow is part of our retirement plan. Are you a real estate investor? Comment below.
In 2014, we purchased a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-story home in the Colony, Texas. After a few repairs, the house was ready to be rented.
The house was inherited by someone who lived out of state that had no interest in being a landlord.
The house was extremely basic. I mean, it didn't even have light fixtures in the ceiling in the bedrooms. Remember that, babe?
Yes.
So we added ceiling fans that included light fixtures, and we also replaced the hot water heater.
We removed some ugly landscaping, planted grass seeds because there was zero grass, and we added a sprinkler system. And all these things were tax write-offs.
Yes, they were. It was a great location because it wasn't far from the local schools, the community center, and a police station.
The location of the house was a selling feature for us. We knew the Nebraska furniture was coming and they had barely broken ground, so they were coming the next year.
More jobs means higher demand for housing. In the 3.5 years that we owned the property, it never sat vacant for more than 30 days.
While the home rented easily, it had foundation issues. And yes, we knew about this before we purchased the place.
Foundation issues can result in the shifting of both walls and floors. So before we listed the house for sale, we actually had to fix the foundation, walls, and floors all at the same time.
We painted the interior walls, replaced the interior doors, we upgraded the lighting, and we installed a new fence around the house.
That's right. All of this was tax deductible. The house was nice, but none of this made it look like an HGTV remodel.
No walls torn down, no granite countertops installed. It took a couple months to complete the work.
Yeah, honestly, I think it might have taken 3. It was the most we had done to make a place move-in ready. But when we put that house on the market in 2018, we received an all-cash offer within a week or 2.
So the place was ideal for a first-time home buyer, but the problem was People could not get over that we hadn't knocked down any walls to make it a more open space or added granite countertops.
That's what everybody was looking for at the time. Instead, another investor scooped it up, and it's still a rental. Just a reminder, your first home doesn't have to be your forever home.
No. Once we decided to sell this house, then we decided to use a 1031 exchange to get a larger property.
We had no idea that Texas real estate would appreciate as fast as it has. So we looked out of state.
Yep.
We actually researched our home cities. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. Rob is from Portsmouth, Virginia, an area just around Norfolk.
We took the profits from that single family home and invested it into a multifamily in Norfolk, Virginia.
By this time, the tenants had significantly paid down the 15-year mortgage, the home had appreciated nicely, and we had received 3.5 years of cash flow.
Our new investment was a 6-unit, 2-story building with a laundry facility. It was built in the 1980s and it was in a Class C neighborhood.
We were really excited about this property, and it turned out to be a profitable investment.
Yep.
However, before we could get to the profit, we had to go through the pain.
To start, we did not know that the state of Virginia allowed contract inheritance.
That meant that we were responsible for the laundry room contract signed by the previous owner. The laundry facility was not a profit center.
The next pain point was property management. We had used property managers in the past and we just had no desire to change that.
We know that property managers, good property managers, make our lives easier. Unfortunately, they were not as easy to come by as we had hoped in the Norfolk area. There were a few reasons for that.
In most states, property managers must be licensed realtors, and most realtors don't embrace technology like they should these days.
At the time in which they got into the game, they got into real estate without an understanding of how technology would impact their roles.
Yes.
So it can really be a struggle. If you are investing in a property out of state, a property management company that knows how to use a property management portal is absolutely essential to doing business. All right, if you guys know of any good property managers out there, go ahead and give them a shout out, help the community, and put their names in the comments below.
When you say out there, you mean in Norfolk?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere.
In general. That's right. Drop below. Also, not all property managers are good with managing multifamilies. They're just not comfortable. Some of them told us straight out that they just don't do it.
We made the best decision we could after conducting interviews and doing online research. Unfortunately, within the first 6 months, we had to change the property management company.
They were the most unprofessional people Rashawn had ever worked with.
Ridiculous. They were so bad, I actually reviewed them on Yelp. Anyway, we've had the same property managers here in Texas since we initially bought those properties.
The third pain point was that we inherited tenants that just did not care at all about our properties.
We came to understand that this was not uncommon for Class C. Unfortunately, most of the horror stories you hear from landlords are likely due to the fact that they owned a property in a lower income area.
We had one tenant who lived in filth, while another did not report serious issues while she was in her unit.
Ignoring serious problems only allowed them to get worse. We also had thousands of dollars in plumbing damages due to the fact that tenants were flushing baby wipes. Baby wipes are not flushable. I don't care what the package says. Neither are feminine napkins.
Those are just the ones that we inherited. Later, we had a tenant intentionally destroy our apartment after living rent-free for 6 months during the COVID situation. Oh, and had an illegal dog.
Yes. Needless to say, this property was the least passive of all of our investments.
Yes.
And perhaps the ongoing issues might not have been so bad if the property manager had a fully staffed team and reliable maintenance people.
Because they didn't, it meant Rashawn had to be more involved. As landlords, we believe in taking good care of our investment properties.
We always leave a property better than we found it. When repairs needed to be done, I ended up calling around and doing online research to try to find estimates for the work in order to get it done in a timely manner.
If not, the problem could go unaddressed for weeks. With good property management, this does not happen.
Because the property management staff chose not to upload the information to the online portal, endless follow-up emails and phone calls were required.
Listen, I did not want to sell the 6 unit in Virginia, but I saw how bad it was stressing my wife, and it was a good seller's market.
There are investors who never want to sell, but you have to know when to take the money and run. This property was a pain in the butt.
After 3 years of drama, we finally sold that building in July of 2021 for a very nice profit.
We now understand why experienced real estate investors lean towards Class A and B areas.
Yep.
Have you owned a pain in the butt rental property? Comment below.
If you know anyone in the North Texas area that's ready to sell, tell them to email me at rob_lee@kw.com.
See you in the next video.